We're delighted now to be joined on the podcast by the West Cork woman of the moment. It's Fiona Everard. We're a couple of days on from your brilliant win in the cross country championships. You won the senior title for the first time. So is that starting to sink in, Fiona, that you're now the national senior cross country women's Irish champion?
Yeah, I think I thought it was starting to sink in, but hearing that still, it doesn't sound that real. But no, it's definitely, I've wrapped my head around it a bit more than Sunday anyway. But yeah, no, I'm just as delighted now.
Let's go back to the race. So when you were, I suppose, the week leading into the race, what was your goal and target going in, considering 12 months ago you won the novice cross country, and
Yeah.
this is obviously its senior, like. So what was
Yeah.
what view was your realistic target on Sunday?
Yeah, so I'd been talking to Matt, my coach, a lot about it, and it was Eurocross really, just to get to Europeans was kind of the ultimate goal. We figured there's 6 on the team, but we figured it could only be 3 going from national, so top 3 are automatically selected. So that was kind of, yeah, I suppose that was my goal, just to like try and make it. I didn't know if I'd be comfortably making it or like scraping it in, but yeah, I think as the race was going on, we figured it'd go out hard, and I was just expecting myself to like just be holding on as long as I could, and hope I'd end up in the top 3. But yeah, as it was going on, I was surprised with how I was feeling. I was like, I don't think I should be feeling this good. So yeah, even crossing the line, I was just shocked with it.
At what stage of the race did you think in your own head, Jesus, I might actually win this?
Yeah. I don't know if I ever fully like believed it until I actually crossed the line, but we had, I think it was maybe on the second last lap, I was just feeling really good, and I felt like I was kind of pulling back a small bit. I didn't want to push the pace on too much. And I know it's a 9K, it's a long way, so I didn't want to go out too hard and then end up paying for it after. So I felt like I was kind of biding my time on that kind of second last lap. And then I just kind of stopped like trying to hold back the pace and fighting it back, and just let myself run comfortable for the rest of that lap. And then I just found myself with a bit of a gap. So I think that gave me just confidence into the last lap. I was like, look, it was still 2.5K to go, but I was like, I felt good, so I was like, just push on for this one now. And yeah, I think it was only when I was crossing the line I was like, I've actually won it.
Because I was going to ask you, Fiona, at any stage in that last lap, did you feel comfortable? Because you won by almost 40 seconds, so there's a big difference between being you and the runners behind you. So could you
Yeah.
even go down those final 100 meters think, oh my God, I'm gonna win this race? Or were you still, I just need
Yeah.
to cross this line?
Yeah, I know I had maybe with like 500 to go. That's when people started telling me around the course to enjoy it. They were like, you have it won, enjoy it. And I think part of it, I was like finding it really hard anyway. I was like, oh, I just need to finish this race. But also, yeah, I don't think I fully believed it. I was like, they could easily come up behind me. You just don't know what's going to happen. And I think as well with like half K to go, I nearly slipped in the mud. There was like a really muddy patch on like coming into the last lap. I nearly took a tumble on it. So I was like, okay, just, yeah, don't get too far ahead. Just like get to the line and actually get over it. So yeah, I was trying to tell myself to like enjoy it the last few 100 meters, but I think I was just like, just get there and then you can enjoy it after.
And then to cross the line and to win that Irish senior title, like that must be an incredible feeling.
Yeah, it was. It felt so surreal. I didn't feel like it was happening to me at all, but yeah, no, I was just thrilled with it.
What have the few days been like since then? Because, like I was saying to you just before we started recording, like if you put your name into Google now, all the stories that are coming up about Fiona,
Yeah.
the kind of the new Irish champion. What's it been like for you to kind of to wrap your head around what you achieved?
Yeah, it's been mad, but the support has been so nice to get. Everyone back home has been so lovely with it as well. They're always like that we come from like a small village in Enniskeane. It's like quite small anyway. But everyone they'll support you as much as like a whole country in itself would. So it has been really nice kind of getting support from everyone and getting nice messages. So it's just been overwhelming. I was saying that I wasn't like used to this before. But yeah, no, it has been really nice. Just yeah, hearing everyone's nice words and everything.
And like I said earlier, Fiona, only 12 months ago you won the national novice cross country. Now you've won senior. Like
Yeah.
that's quite a big jump to win from novice to senior. What do you put that down to?
Yeah, a bit of a step up. I think it was just I started being coached by Matt Lockett up in Galway last year. And I think he's just gonna help me like see the long-term goal and just I suppose control my training a bit more, and that's just let me have like a consistent year for the first time in ages. So I think that's it, just being consistent with it and actually being able to do the training. So yeah, hopefully we'll just kind of keep building on that. I was saying after the race, I was like, whatever Matt's telling me, I'm going to be sticking with anyway. It's clearly working. So yeah, no, I think hopefully we'll just get another few years and just try and keep building on that.
Because it's important, I suppose, in your story to almost go back a few years too. Like you had your injury troubles, which did kind of, I suppose, frustrate you for a period. Can you fill us in on what those injury troubles were and how long you were actually kind of struggling with them?
Yeah, so it was I think June 2021 was like the first biggest one. That was I got a stress fracture of my tibia. And then took a long while kind of to come back from that and be able to like actually run on it again. And then I just kept kind of relapsing into like stress reactions on the same bone. So that was a bit frustrating. That went on for close to a year where I hadn't like done any sessions. I was just trying to like easy run. I think maybe by like May of last year, say 2022, I was still up to only I think like maybe 20 miles a week. So going into last year, I didn't really have like that big goals or high expectations. I just wanted to actually be able to train and stay healthy. And then I think before that, I just had a bit of everything. I was in a really bad cycle of like getting injured, and then I'd finally get the all clear to go running again, and I would just do everything really hard. I'd feel like I was catching up almost. And that cycle was just repeating itself. So to be fair, Ronan Duggan was my coach before Matt. He did a lot of work to even get me like back to running some bit. He kind of started to break that cycle as well. So yeah, no, hopefully I've learned, I think now anyway. I think it came with maturity, just knowing when to pull back, and when you can actually work hard then.
And considering how tough those couple of years were to where you are now, because you've had a great year like cross country, but on the track as well. I saw you PBs in the 1500 and the 3000 meters as well. You had a big win in the 5000 meters at the Irish University Championship. So it's just been a great year, Fiona.
Yeah, no, it has. I think I like going into this year was even talking with my coach about what my goals are, and I was like, I don't want to set like too many goals, because I think I don't really know what my expectations should be or what my potential is. I think I just wanted to kind of keep going and see like if I actually get healthy, get consistent training, then see where that brings me. So I think I'm still kind of on the same path as that, just not setting too many like specific goals, and just if I keep doing what I'm doing, then just see what happens with it.
And how much are you enjoying this year?
I'm loving it, to be fair. It's easy to enjoy it, I know, when you're doing it well, but I'm Galway here, like we have a nice group to train with. There's, a good setup around us. We have our strength and conditioning and everything here. So I think that's part of it's more of it doesn't feel like as much of a chore when you're doing it with a group. Even up here, there is a lot of like wind and rain and everything. But yeah, once you're doing it as like a social aspect, it takes a lot of the kind of hardship out of it. And you're enjoying it. So yeah, no, I am really enjoying it. We got to kind of increase my mileage a small bit this year as well. And I think that's really suited me. I like running the more miles. So yeah, no, I'm happy with it.
And you feel you're starting to realize your potential as well. Like you said, now you're getting the miles and you're having the success. You're coming off the back of those frustrating couple of years. So that we're finally starting to see the kind of the potential of Fiona Everard, because you had kind of success coming up as well then of those couple of tough years. But now we're starting to see you realizing that potential.
Yeah, I think so, because like I've always loved it. I've always had the passion for it. So I think that's probably what kept me actually in the sport. But I know for like those few years when I was injured as well, I would always think, I don't even know if I'm going to be any good at this or if I can be good at it. I just knew I enjoyed it. So I was like, it's worth just staying at it. Because I knew I'd regret it if I had just kind of called it quits. But no, it is nice to know that, okay, maybe I'm actually not too bad at it and there is something there. So yeah, it has been nice to kind of realize that there is potential there. So yeah, hoping just to kind of grow at that and work at that.
And home for you is in Enniskeane, but you're based in Galway at the moment. Can you fill us in on college and what you're doing in university, and as well as your training group up there, your coach and so on?
Yeah. So yeah, I started a master's up here last year in biomedical science. So it's in University of Galway here. So this year I'm on placement. We're meant to have, say, our second year is just like 12 months of placement. So I've split this year. So I'm basically doing like part-time working for 2 years instead. That's definitely helped with training, just having better time and everything. But I'm with Medtronic up here. They've been like so supportive. They didn't question it, when I wanted to go part-time. They were just really on board from the start, so they've made it really easy. But yeah, it's Matt Lockett's my coach up here. He trains the college group as well, so it's kind of all tied into one. But it's so nice. Like it's probably been the most like professional like setup I've had. So it's really good, just like training with a group. They're really good people to train with. You always have people there. And it just, it makes it easier even for like long runs, easy runs, everything. I very seldomly have to like run by myself. So yeah, it makes it more fun. It makes it, a more enjoyable thing. and even like going to races and everything, there's like less pressure and you're not as nervous when you're going with a group and you have people around doing the same thing. It probably makes it normal as well, like you're around people of like similar minds, and they're like, you know, going for the same thing and everything. So, you know, there's not too many like nights out or anything like that, but when people around you doing the same thing, you just normalize that. So yeah, it definitely makes it easier.
And this is where you're training now. But to go back to the very start, it was Catherine Duggan, wasn't it, who got you involved in
Yeah.
an athletic club all those years ago. So can you fill us in how you actually got started in athletics locally?
Yeah, I think randomly our parents just like let us join Bandon. I'm the youngest of four though, so I know when I've two brothers and a sister, they all joined, and I was too young to join. I had to wait a year, so I used to hate it, like watching all them go to training and just like waiting to get started. So I know from the start, I just couldn't wait to get stuck into it. But yeah, no, it was Catherine. Catherine like took us on from the start. It's kind of hard to do her justice in words what she actually does for people, or you know, everything she's done. But yeah, she had such a positive impact on it. I think she had told my parents when I was really young, she was like, whatever happens, just like make her stay in the sport, like there is something there. So I think before any of us saw it, she saw whatever it was, she saw something in me anyway. So yeah, she kept us going, and yeah, she was just amazing. Like she cared about people outside the sport as well as inside. Like if we had anything going on with school, or I know growing up I loved camogie as well. That was like my second love with running. So she never kind of fought that. You know, if I had a match that I wanted to do over a race, you know, she wouldn't argue, she'd let me do it. So yeah, she was just amazing, and she was just happy for people, you know, whatever your potential was, it doesn't matter if it was like the smallest or the biggest race, she was just happy when people were, I suppose, realizing their potential and actually enjoying it. So yeah, she had just a huge impact on me. And then it was Ronan, her son took me on then, he did training with me throughout the years, and everyone in Bandon did so much for me. I know there was Tom Laughlin, I had loads of coaches in there that were always supportive, but yeah, it was such a good group to be a part of. And I think they really kind of like from the start focus on long-term development anyway. So I think I just have so much to be thankful for them. Yeah, they've done a lot for me.
When you actually look at Bandon Athletic Club, the amount of top class athletes coming out of the club is
Yeah.
incredible. I was just thinking about it last night. Obviously, you Phil Healy, I think Joan was there maybe at the start as well. Jane Buckley was there before she went to Leaville. Nicola Tuttle now. Shane Howard was Irish men's long jump champion. There's yourself now an Irish senior cross country champion, and there's all the kind of the underage success as well. Like it's an incredible club for, I suppose, for giving local athletes the chance to kind of define their potential.
Yeah, no, it is a huge testament to Bandon. I just think they really care, you know, about like long-term success. They wouldn't do anything, you know, silly just to get a bit of short-term success, whatever. They really do care about the athletes, so they just make it easy for people. And yeah, they've shown that sport, like even throughout the years when I was getting injured and everything, they never kind of like stepped away. They were always supporting me and everything. And you can see it after races. I think they were just as happy as like my parents and my family were for me when I got it. So yeah, it's like a big family in there.
And what's going on in Ballineen and Enniskeane? There's yourself,
Yeah.
Healy, Joan Healy. I think we need some kind of studies to see like what's in the water in
Yeah.
Ballineen.
I think to be fair, I've just always felt so supportive there. Like I said, whatever you're doing, if it's sport or outside of sport, anything, everyone in Enniskeane and Ballineen, they just really get behind you and back you. So it just makes it easier when you always have that support. But yeah, I know like my messages were going mad the last few days, and my brother just said this morning, he was like, everyone here is like just congratulating you. He was like, I can't keep up with my messages. I don't know what it's like for you. So yeah, no, I'm just delighted with it.
And one of obviously winning the senior cross country title, a huge honour for you, but it opens the door now to the Euro cross country next month. What are you thinking about that race next month? What are the expectations going out there? How much are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, I'm definitely excited for it. I was only talking to Matt about it last night, and I think he said, you know, it's my first senior Eurocross, so there really isn't any pressure. There's no expectation. So I think I'll be going into it just hoping to soak up all the experience and hopefully use it for, you know, future competitions, or if I make Eurocross again, hopefully use it for, you know, future teams. But yeah, I think it'd be nice going in. I prefer going into races like that when there's not much pressure on you and you can just go into it more relaxed. I think it helps me. So yeah, I mean, I think we should be going in with a strong team. So it will be nice to like go and be competitive, and I'd like to get everything out of myself that I can, but I've no idea yet like what that will actually be. But I'm excited for it. I'm excited for a hard race and to see where that lands me.
winning this title too, I presume it's a huge confidence boost for you.
Yeah, definitely. That's probably a bit of a struggle for mine. I don't really seem to believe in myself too much before it. So I think hopefully it should kind of, yeah, let me like back myself a bit more and go into future races with confidence. But yeah, it definitely has been. I think it's even like Ronan was messaging me after saying, I think how shocked I was after it. He was like, it reminded me of when you were in schools races and you just like, you'd never believe it if you're actually winning or you're actually doing well. So yeah, I think it's something I've been working on for a while. So yeah, hopefully it will give me a bit of confidence.
And just a quick look forward to 2024. Have you any targets set, anything you'd like to achieve next year?
Yeah, I mean, I would like to push on and have a better year on the track. Probably more towards the 5 and 10K. I know there's the European Cup for the 10K. I think that might be in May, so that could be one we're targeting. But as of now, we're keeping the goals quite loose, quite vague, and just yeah, I'll see as the months go on, kind of like what aligns for me or what looks okay. But yeah, I think there's no harm in just setting kind of, good targets, big targets, and just seeing what can happen then.
What is your favorite distance, so if you want to? Because like I said earlier, you PBs in the 1500 and the 3000,
Yeah.
or possibly the 10,000. What do you think is what's your favorite or your favorite distance?
Yeah, I'm definitely better over the longer stuff. So I did a 5 and 10K then this summer, and they went okay. So I think I'll stick with the 5 and 10K. I'd say over the next few years it will be closer to the 10K I'll be going. That's why even at the cross country we moved distance from 8 to 9K. So I think that suited me a small bit more. And training kind of shows that I do seem to be better over the more aerobic stuff. So yeah, I'd say 5 and 10K I'll stick with.
And you definitely proved your class over 9K in Kilkenny on Sunday. So no, huge congratulations again. Enjoy this week. Enjoy all the messages celebration coming in, and the very best to look at Eurocross next month.
Thanks a million. I appreciate that. Thanks so much.